Looking well.
I know those cotton pants get pretty fucking tight in rain.
Well, I had to swim in them yesterday, so yeah, I'm over. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world.
Hmm.
Not exactly trying to look like myself, but I have to take this fucking stupid mask off at some point.
Don't we all at some point?
You mean it in a more deeper way. I mean, I just don't like looking like fucking Flippy. Yeah. Who's gonna pull over Flippy, right?
Couldn't tell you.
Hmm.
You're wondering about her?
I always do.
Hmm.
No, I'll say I don't know why I'm here.
No, you know why you're here. It's as if you want to admit it. Everything we do has a purpose. Your decision that you wanted to come up here was for a reason. Even if it's in the back of your mind. Whether you want to share that or not, that's your own. But if you're considering this a hiding spot, which you're wearing a mask for, this is quite not a hiding spot. It's quite the opposite.
No,
Are you aware how many times this place gets visited?
yeah, I'm aware. I'm not using it as a hiding spot. I wasn't gonna be here long.
Hmm. Okay.
You're right. I am here for a reason. But I genuinely, I don't know what it is. It could be a range of things. And just... I was gonna say angry, but I'm not. I'm just ready to do damage.
Why?
The system, the corruption, the people who just fucking live their life that'll, you know, come in conflict with me or the club or do damage to it and by them just existing or just the attitude that they have, the people that they are. Judges, justices, marshals, PD. Other fucking people.
You have to excuse me, but I don't quite know what the marshals are.
Jumped up troopers.
Hmm. Okay. That's your decision you want to make? Do you want to cause damage to that?
Yeah. But they're gonna... I know no matter what I do, it does damage. It's more if I want... I'm prepared to do... I know what I'm prepared to do. I don't know what I'm fucking saying, to be honest, CJ. I just don't.
I'm not expecting you to have some long drawn out
I
speech of what
know,
you want to do.
I know.
Anything. Are the best person to have a conversation with at this point. Because you don't need it, full bake. You don't need. You want to talk through that? That's up to you.
I want to hurt these people. Not just in... I want to do what I did before. With... Oshira, I don't know if you even know about that or what I did. I don't even remember when that happened.
No.
All these... So many of these people, when they want to hurt people, they just fucking shoot them, they stab them, they kidnap them for 20 minutes. It does nothing to these people. It doesn't. And what does more damage is how unsafe that they feel no matter where they think they're safe.
You're not wrong. Fortunately, usually what happens in a way of doing those things I found in the past was truth. Information. Depends how you use that.
I know how to use it. I guess I just haven't felt this particular way in a while. You know, I've done it before to send a message, but now I just want to do it.
You know, I hear there's an old group of mine that's still active. Those who do not have names. Like the Arya Stark of here. Someone call him the Faceless. I want to have a conversation with them if you can. Can't say I can facilitate that any longer as I'm no longer a part of them. But it's the same mission and values that I joined them for many years ago, then can maybe align.
Yeah, they've definitely been up to a few things.
I've heard.
Yeah, well, I think you were a bit closer to a rather large bang in Polito than I was. I mean, I had to hear about it secondhand. It's amazing what people can tell you without saying the actual words, what you hear in their tone and the feelings you can hear in their voice when you mention something.
Or silence.
Or
Tells all
silence.
too. Why do you think Colin and I didn't get along any longer?
Yeah, sure.
He didn't have to say anything. She said it all for him. It didn't always have to be with words.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I kept my, I wouldn't say kept my distance, but I haven't involved myself in any of that stuff that they've been up to. It's been definitely, it's been hard to ignore, and obviously we did a little bit of work for them that they seem pretty pleased about. Well, not pleased, but they were appreciative of it, is a better way of putting it. Maybe I will.
The mission could have changed in the last few years since I've worked with them, but it's always worth exploring.
Chaos and blowing up judges. Yes, sounds pretty close. Sounds up my alley anyway.
Bunch of things. Some of that, yeah. It was always with a purpose.
Yeah.
It was never just randomly targeted. It was always specific people. That's what the hotel merged into. So what are you hiding from?
Not hiding from anything.
Do you have a mask?
Ah, well. Convicted murderer, ran from a court case.
So you should be in there with Flop right now, huh?
I should.
Just spoke to him. Actually, I was on my way back here and didn't realize you were here. Because I was with him.
I spoke to him as well. Not sure to... I don't know. I understand he's hurt. I think injured wise. I guess his body language or just how he was talking and just, I don't want to say concerning, but interesting. Not in the best of ways.
Defeated.
Yeah. which is the complete opposite of what he should be feeling. He was, he spoke like somebody who'd been hunted down for God only knows how long and was done wrong by and fought for it tooth and nail, but in reality, we asked for all of this. Couldn't have made it any easier for them. That was the point. I don't know.
Not to say that spending time there is any sort of walk in the park. You know that.
Yeah.
Should also consider that it's probably one of the first times he spent a considerable amount of time inside of it.
Also true. But day one.
It's easy to lose that bit of motivation when you're the only one there. I'm not going to tell you and not going to infer that you go turn yourself in, because that's just dumb if I'd even say that. I'm not going to ask that, but
Yes, I know what you mean.
there might be a part of him that also considers, John should be here with me.
That's true.
Much easier to get out of that cell. I'm sure you're very well aware of it. And you have people around you that you care about. All you can do is support the kid.
I honestly think it actually is oddly enough better that it happened this way. Because when I went down there and I won't say entire club, but there's a lot of people there on the outside supporting him and there for him. Being alone in there, it's going to be tough, and it's good that it's going to be tough. I think if I was in there with him to hold his hand, I don't think it'd be the same experience. You can't carry a shield around forever, you know?
Is that some bearing the cross that you bore as well type of deal when you were in there? Are you trying to say that the way that you felt be the same way that he feels?
What do you mean?
I know you didn't have it easy either. You know exactly what I mean. And you had all of us around you. Think back to that. There's one thing that you could say or do or give him that you would have appreciated then. You might want to do that.
Yeah. I don't want him to be in there completely alone. He has my support, and I said it to him on the phone. I just need him to know that just because he's in there, it's not over. It's never over. The fact that he's in there is even a bigger thing. It'll be more of a thing when I end up in there, because learn from you. Once you're in there, you do so much more damage because you're in their face all of the time.
It's funny because I just had that conversation with him. Just because he's in there doesn't mean it's over.
Nope. It's just the beginning.
He wasn't aware of the things that we did. He usually was awake when we were asleep. Must have got a debrief on it. But there's people around him that can still teach him those things. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I plan to. I think it's one slight difference is past month or so, or maybe a little bit more. DOC is definitely more on our side than the last time. And that might, for flop, make it harder for him to cause havoc on a bigger scale. Because they're not. I mean, he has a phone, you know. They're not coming down on hard on him.
You say because it came down hard on me because I was not supposed to have one?
But they were a little bit tougher on us, from what I've heard. Compared to now. That prison would have been a resort compared to. I still remember shooting the two DOC that wanted to take your fucking phone off you when I was talking to you visitation. They don't do that now.
No, of course not. Well, I see a bunch of snowflakes waiting to melt away. God forbid I sneeze inappropriately. Someone's going to be screaming from the hilltops to fire them.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably change that when I get in there.
To think of a plan if you already are considering that you're going to at some point. 'Cause you know, it's hard to stay out,
It is.
especially if you got away.
Well, I don't have a warrant at the minute, so who knows?
Oh, I'm sure you will then.
It's been 24 hours. Maybe I got away with it.
I know you're not that naive. Don't even try.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking. I'm considering after all of it, I went down to the marshal's office, but it was find a judge or two hanging around in there. Went down there and told the justice and the judge that were in there that they felt safe in there. So she greeted me all green and proper. An interesting one. Anytime I run into her, it's very, you know, cold or just professional from what I've heard her speak. Especially throughout the court case. She wasn't presiding over it, but I could hear her talking a lot. That tone changed drastically when I mentioned what happened to Barrick. Told me to keep his name out of my fucking mouth. And then I had a judge through the window aiming a gun at me.
Play games, win the same prize.
Yeah. I know, yeah. Finite time. I'll make the most of it out of here, and then I'll make the most of it in there. There's a few things that I learned from yourself.
Snowflake copycat. All right.
Wouldn't dream of it. I can't fucking sit on my phone for as long as you did. I'd drive myself crazy. And you're better with words than I am as well.
Just make myself be.
Mm.
Or seem it. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
It's all about the appearance of it.
Yeah.
In more than one way.
It's not always about what it is, right? It's about how it's perceived.
Correct. You can package the information with bits of truth. They understand it. They can relate to it. They can perceive it because they know it to be true. If they know it to be true, that's when it starts spreading.
Mm-hmm. It starts feeling real.
Mm-hmm.
Did ask your basis guy if he had an RPG. I need to ask him again if I do get to talk to him. It was my comfort weapon after all.
Between you and them.
You were the last voice I heard before it all went blank. You on the radio. Asking if I was still alive. And they're through rocket after rocket after rocket.
My brain, what's left of it, considering the hole that was put in it, still shakes from that day.
The constant fucking explosions.
Mm-hmm.
I think yesterday was actually the closest I felt to that. I was so on edge driving. I barely remember it. It was just a blur. The adrenaline dump. I had to fucking swim for fucking 20 minutes. I found myself at a spot I haven't been in ages. It just all came rushing back. Everything after what happened in Sanguine just feels like extra, and I just don't know when when someone's gonna say, yeah, you've had enough.
Sometimes you don't get to choose. Someone else makes that decision for you.
Yeah. A matter of time.
Well, don't let yours stop ticking then. Take care, Sean.
Do my best. Flippy mask.